When we take everything to be something, then we think that we're at the whim of things like birth, life, and death, and we think, and other descriptions like waking, dreaming, and sleeping. We think that, oh, you know, whatever I am, I was born and I'll live for a while and then I die and I don't know when I'll die. Then each day we have these three states, waking, dreaming, and sleeping. And we just feel at the whim of those two, waking, dreaming, and sleeping. And these things are just going to happen to me every day, we think. Well, when we think something's happening to us, then we're a victim. I hate to tell you, but when we think something's happening to us, we're a victim. That's a point of view we have. We've made ourselves a victim to all these points of view we have about ourselves. First, we believe we have a self, and then we believe that the well-being of that self is dependent on all these other things, whether we have a good night's sleep, whether we have good dreams and don't have nightmares, whether, you know, our day is filled with pleasant thoughts, emotions, and activities. So, you know, we subtly or overtly base our well-being on all these things. But when we begin to enjoy the all-encompassing awareness, the relief of which is the basis of everything, then we start to see that we're not at the whim of anything, and we never have been. And with that, we have tremendous indwelling confidence. We know whatever appears, we're going to be all right. It doesn't matter whether it's a thought, an emotion, a sensation, a serious bodily illness or injury, death, whatever it is, we know we're going to be okay. And we come to really see in our own experience that all of these points of view that appear within awareness, that they naturally vanish, leaving no trace. They're their own undoing. They're free in their own place. Nothing needs to be said or done about them. Nothing needs to be noticed about them. In fact, there's no one to notice it. There's only awareness with its own appearances. One instant, it's the awareness of being somebody. The next instant, it's noticing. The next instant, it's the object being noticed. But all these are just points of view within awareness. When we gain familiarity with that, then indwelling confidence and certainty come about. And we're able to be in all circumstances, no matter what they are, without impediment, including dreams and sleep. So when we become familiar with awareness, very often we notice the nature of our dreams changes, that we're able to be aware in our dreams and to be a master of the illusion of dreaming. So whereas at one time we may have been totally lost in our dreams, then all of a sudden, it's night and there's dreaming occurring, but we can make the dream do whatever we want it to do. Well, by resting as awareness, we can do that during the day too. So, you know, a very powerful point of view to get familiar with is that we are aware during dreams and sleep. And how do we do that? It's so simple. You know, we're just natural beings and we're simple beings. And so to get familiar with our natural state, the clear light of wisdom awareness that is a powerful and extremely potent benefit, then all we do is rest as awareness and achieve mastery over all of our own points of view. And this way we become a master of illusion. And we can test this in our own experience. You know, an appearance comes up that we've always felt was our foe or enemy, a thought or an emotion, and instead of just describing it and getting into the endless story about it, we just allow the relief of awareness to be the case as it vanishes in and of itself. No need to do anything about it. What would need to be done when it's going to vanish anyway? But you see, if we don't see that it's vanishing anyway, that it's its own undoing, it's free in its own place, then we will think we have to do something about it, and we'll think there's someone to do something about it. So when we go to sleep at night, we just go to sleep, and usually we don't think anything about it. Oh, I'm going to sleep now, and then who knows what will happen, but I won't be in control. And when we go to sleep at night, then to just maintain that awareness while we're falling asleep, not to make a big deal out of it. If it comes easily, it'll come easily. And if it doesn't come easily, don't try to do it every night. At some point, it will just naturally appear, and you'll fall asleep totally aware. And you'll be aware during your sleeping period. And you don't have to try to do this every night or make it happen every night. Just once, you can be aware during sleep. You see that sleep too is a point of view within awareness. Dreams too are a point of view within awareness. When you're falling asleep, maintain awareness. And as you do so, you'll notice that all the points of view, they resolve in a non-conceptual point of view. And at that time, maintain awareness. See that it's awareness that is aware of non-conceptual states. A non-conceptual state isn't freedom, it's just another point of view. Just like any other point of view. It's awareness that's aware of the non-conceptual state. At that point, maintain awareness and you'll drift into sleep aware as sleep. So, this is very powerful. This thing that you thought you were at the whim of that had power over you, sleep. Suddenly you see it's just a point of view within awareness. That's all it is. But there's no struggle in this. This isn't a practice or something to try to do. Once you've heard about it, either quickly, like today, or at some point, suddenly this will be so for you, just because you've heard about it. It may have already happened in your life, but maybe you didn't notice it because no one had ever told you that this means something, that this is a very important thing to know about yourself, that dreams and sleep are points of view within awareness. No matter what your circumstances are, no matter what your points of view are, they're equally important in this sense, and that each point of view that appears is complete and identical and equal to every other point of view that appears. So you see, there are no differences in point of view anywhere. There's never been differentiation or inclusion or exclusion of any kind. So this is really, really important. And something that's tremendously important to all of us today is this idea of oneness. The oneness of everyone. And we all hear about this, we're all one, and lots of songs sing about it, and lots of people talk about it, and there's going to be this special date in the future when everyone will realize that they are oneness. And the talking heads talking about oneness or singing about oneness or whatever it is. And so, but we hunger for this, we want it. We don't want to just talk about it. We really want to know the reality of that. We know it's true, and we want this to come about in our own experience in a decisive way, other than just as thoughts or songs or emotionally warm and fuzzy feelings of oneness. We really want this to come about in our own experience. We want that oneness that is the oneness of complete, unbridled wisdom and compassion. We want that to be an alive, lived experience for ourselves, a very direct experience. That oneness can only come about through the oneness of everything that appears within you, within your own mind. That's the only oneness there is. There's no other oneness. There's absolutely no other oneness. And in that oneness, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are or who you're with. Wherever you are, it's absolutely equal. You could be in prison, being hung by the neck until dead, being tortured. And there are many stories about this, and maintain complete equanimity in all these circumstances, no matter what they are. I've seen this in my own experience in a very traumatic situation, complete equanimity in which many other people, including myself, could have been just tortured for the rest of their lives by the thoughts and emotions related to this event. So complete equanimity in which everything is equal.
Remember